What's up, guys? Welcome back to WX Garage. It's been quite a bit of time since we last made our last video. Things have been a little bit crazy. It's winter time. It's hard to get yourself motivated to, get out and work in the cold. It has been absolutely freezing here in Colorado. So it's been a little difficult, but I wanted to make this video for you guys. For everyone who celebrated Thanksgiving, happy holidays to everyone. Yeah, this is going to be not too exciting of a video, but I wanted to give you guys an update on the car, what we're doing with the channel, what our plans for the next year are for 2023, and also, what are some other announcements? What are the plans that we have? What are the mods coming up? And then also, we have some news about the 10K giveaway that we did. We had a few hundred entries, which is amazing. Shout out to everyone who entered. So we're gonna be talking about that a little bit. So yeah, let me throw you guys on a tripod. Let me get settled in here and we can start talking. So if my nose looks a little red, it's because it is currently 38 degrees in my garage right now. So it's a little bit chilly. So if I look a little cold, that's probably why. But so let's do a quick update on what's going on right now. Why haven't we really made content recently? What's going on? After the race season here, that really took a lot of effort. It was a lot of effort to get everything organized, make sure the car was prepped, all the different installs, all the different parts, the organization of the travel and everything like that for all the different, the race season. It was nice to, use the holidays to just take a little bit of a break. Something that a lot of people don't really talk about is burnout, where you feel yourself getting pulled in so many different directions, and sometimes with the level of effort that you're putting into whatever you're doing, whether it's work, if it's a hobby or whatever, you can start feeling that sense of burnout. And I was definitely starting to feel a little bit of that as we got into the fall. I started feeling a little cozy with the cold weather, and I was like, let me just focus on some of my other hobbies, take a little bit of time, and then we can come back swinging. So very excited to be back in front of the camera again. The car is doing great. It is no longer the daily driver. If you guys have not seen that video, I bought a 2014 Toyota Tundra SR5 TRD. So that is now my new daily driver. It has a lot more clearance for the snow and the ice than this does. I actually last winter snapped off the front lip. I think I showed that in a video a while back. But so that's the daily driver right now. The other weird thing about the car, I am trying to turn it on and just drive it a little bit, at least once a week, just to get the fluids moving, make sure everything stays healthy. I do have ethanol in the gas tank, so trying to burn through all of that and then replace it with some 91 so it can sit here for the winter. But the other weird thing that's kind of limiting me for driving the WRX right now is after the last track event, the front alignment is way off. Like I'm holding the steering wheel like this, driving straight. So that was from going off the track a couple times. If you guys haven't seen that video, I'll put the link up here or here, one of these corners. But essentially I went off the track around 110, 115 miles an hour, and that really shook up the alignment there. So trying to get that fixed as soon as possible. Might be doing a string alignment at some point soon so I can test some of these new mods that we have coming up, which is the next thing I'm going to be talking about. So right here is my list of mods, plans I'm going to be doing on the car before the next track season, before spring comes around. There's quite a bit of things to do. So there's a couple just maintenance things I want to run through the list, and then a couple really exciting things I'll say for the end of this section. But essentially, let's start off with the maintenance. So number one, brake fluid. I had a really bad issue with brake fluid at the last track event. I am running Motul RBF 600. I should definitely be running at least 660, but I'm probably going to be going with I think it's RCF. It's the, let's see, Castrol, yeah, the Castrol RCF which is a really good race dedicated fluid that's gonna have a crazy high boiling point, so I won't have to worry about my boiling point on the brake fluid anymore. I haven't changed the brake fluid all the way, done a full flush in a very long time. Actually, since I did the Brembo swap, which was a while back, for those of you guys who've been watching the channel for a while. So definitely need to be doing new brake fluid, dedicated race brake fluid, so I'll be doing that. I'm probably gonna be waiting for a warmer day in the garage here where I can start doing that. So maybe that'll be coming. I'll do a full video for that one. Let's see. One other thing that's been a slight issue. If you guys remember a while back when I made the video of installing the White Line roll center kit, part of that kit is dropping the ball joint out of the knuckle or the hub on the bottom side underneath your axles. And for me, when I did that, I ended up using a pry bar to open up, you know, the seam on the knuckle to allow the ball joint to come out. And then I bought a dedicated tool just for that, and I didn't have to do that. But because I did that, the hub is kind of, that seam on the ball joint is like still a little bit too wide. And because of that, when I'm going full lock, I can hear the ball joint sliding up and down and it clicks. So the only way to really fix that is a new hub. I can get one off eBay, used, as long as they're in good shape. I think they make some brand new ones. You know, maybe one of the other brands makes them, but that'll be like $100 or something. So that install, again, it's gonna be a little annoying because you have to remove the wheel, you have to remove the spindle, everything. But I think that is going to be a great setup. Once I do that, and I think that a new hub will actually help with keeping the alignment a little bit stronger, and it's definitely possible that the alignment's off because that ball joint has slipped or maybe shifted in a certain direction, I don't know. So that's also on the list. We'll be doing a video for that. Coolant. This is something that I have already done on the maintenance side. For those of you guys who don't know, this car was running 100% distilled water with a little bit of water wetter additive as well, and that can freeze. So as we started getting into the colder months here, I did a OEM coolant swap back in, drained all the old fluid out, put actual 50/50 coolant back in so it doesn't freeze while it's just sitting here. Very important, guys. Even though that the system is under pressure, and when water is pressurized, it does have a lower freezing point. If you get down to, you know, below 20 degrees Fahrenheit, you know, that's gonna freeze, it's gonna expand, water expands, and it's going to break your engine. It's going to expand and fill all the cracks. You're gonna get hairline cracks, you're gonna get even, you know, could be even complete and total engine failure from that. So we're not doing that. Got the OEM coolant, everything's good. Let's start talking about some of the new projects, some of the new parts I'm gonna be putting on this car for the next season, or at least things that I want to have ready for the next season. Some of these are going to be a little expensive, so I might have to be waiting for my, you know, my tax return or something like that to come in. But here's the list. So number one on the list is a new partnering company that I am very excited to talk about. This is an auto blip. So an auto blip is a device that you can install on your car. It looks just like this. It's this little device that has programming in it. You tap it into your the wires underneath your throttle and your clutch, and essentially what it does is it will automatically rev your engine when you clutch in. Now this can be, it's really simple, you can turn it on and off, but when you are heel toe downshifting, obviously you have to use all three pedals with your feet, and that is something that I just don't think is feasible to learn on these cars. Just the way the pedals are set up, and you know, I could go and buy pedal relocation kit, but on these cars, it's a very common thing that the heel toe downshifting is just very difficult. For those of you in the comments right now that are sprinting down there to leave a comment saying, "Oh, I learned," awesome. You are probably way more talented than I am. But this system is going to allow me to auto rev match when downshifting in the corners. I don't have to touch the gas with my foot. All I have is my right foot on the brake going to the corner, clutch in, and then releasing the clutch while holding the brake. Because the clutch, when you go in, it'll rev the RPMs up for you. So amazing company. If you guys haven't seen the video of Trey's STI, Trey is a good friend of mine that has a beautiful World Rally Blue STI that is a track dedicated build. I did a full breakdown in his car of that, and he has one of these installed, and he is much faster than me on the track. So kind of copying him a little bit, walking in his footsteps. But going to be installing this very soon. I have to wait until I get the alignment all figured out before I can drive the car safely and really put this to the test. But AutoBlip, huge shout out to you guys. I'm going to be tagging their website and the link to this down in the description. They have a full set of instructions. And one thing I want to point out, they have these amazing little connectors. Let me see if I can get this in focus. There we go. These amazing little connectors. And essentially, you unscrew the top, the little gray piece here. You put the wire you're trying to tap onto right in this little slot here, and then you just screw it down. So you don't have to tap your wires the old way with those like really weird like flat butt connectors, and then there's like you have a little crimp thing you have to crimp down, and these are going to be amazing. So huge shout out to AutoBlip. The other product I'm going to be installing, well, deinstalling and then installing, is the final production version of Dark Matter X's shifter. Now I have the prototype in here. If you guys want to see that video, I'll put it up in the corner right now. The Dark Matter X shifter is a full replacement of the entire shifter linkage. It's completely solid and it feels amazing. It is ridiculous. They are opening up the sale of the DM2 shifter, which is what I have the prototype for. And I think those are going to be on sale or available on sale probably, you know, in the next couple of months here. They're going to be opening it up. But I'm going to be installing the final production version on the car so I can give you guys a full walkthrough step by step of here's how to install it, here's what it's for, and do all of that. So very excited on that one. The other thing I wanted to install over the winter break here before the race season starts is a very important part that I think is going to help my car perform, and that is going to be brake cooling ducts. As you guys know, I was having those issues with brake fade and get too much heat going into the rotors and the pads, and mostly, well, rotors and pads, they're okay. Too much heat going into the brake fluid. So doing a brake cooling duct system that we can go straight through on our fog lights. I might do it DIY. I might go with an official kit, maybe from APR or Varus, both awesome companies. So going to be doing that. That's going to be a very exciting install. Maybe do some carbon fiber fog light bezels to match my little carbon fiber hood louvers there, hood vents. So that is on the list. We're going to be doing another install from JDM Muscle, another carbon fiber part. Still debating on that one. If you guys didn't know, we have a 5% off code for JDM Muscle that you guys can use. We're going to be putting that link and the link for all of our sponsors down in the description. Use code WRX Garage for 5% off your JDM Muscle, your next order. So that is on the list. The last thing that I want to be doing as a new part over the winter is going to be something that, again, is very race focused. I do want to do seats, maybe harnesses, and maybe adjust my setup with that a little bit. I'm considering, you know, if I end up doing harnesses, I'm going to be doing a Hans device. I thoroughly enjoyed the race season, and the next year coming up in 2023, I'm only going to be doubling down my efforts. So if I'm going to be taking this seriously, I got the truck, I got the, well, I don't have a trailer yet because I don't have anywhere to park it, but in the future I will be buying a trailer that I own. We're going to be doing more track events, more race events, and overall just doubling down. So maybe I'll be getting it into like something more serious with a full, 6-point, 5-point harness, something like that, Hans device. That's on the list, but seats are the bare minimum, I think. So there are quite a few Subarus out there right now that are running stock seat belt with aftermarket seats. And the aftermarket seats, they, really a bucket seat essentially, they hug you. One of the biggest issues I'm having in corners is I have to keep my foot planted on the dead pedal on the left side of your clutch to keep my body from moving too much. And I bought these little clamps that go on your seatbelt, and they keep the seatbelt clamped down, and they don't really work too well. And so nothing beats a full deep bucket seat. I might have a ghost. Something just moved. Anyways, nothing beats a full deep bucket seat that's just going to keep you planted and not moving and keep your body in a consistent position throughout every corner. So that's also on the list. New front lip. My front lip is in a very sad and sorry state. Let me show you guys. So as you can see, the middle piece is still missing from when I snapped it off on a snowbank last winter. There have been a lot of people that have asked what lip kit this is that has they look like kind of like front spats like on both sides. And I know that some companies sell these that look like this, but this was completely random, and it randomly, coincidentally snapped almost perfectly in the middle. So not intended, not intentional, need to fix it. So the question is, do I run a splitter instead of front lip? So maybe a really cheap plastic front lip and then a nice splitter underneath with some connecting rods up to the frame. Yeah, that's also on the list. Last thing on the list on things that I want to do over the winter is dial in my audio and video setup. Now, right now I'm using the Canon M50. It's a great mirrorless Canon, pretty affordable. I have an upgraded prime lens. It's a 16mm Sigma lens, which is beautiful, really opened up the picture, great quality. I like my mic setup currently, but I think upgrading to something like the Canon EOS R would be an awesome upgrade, which is a full size, full sensor, mirrorless camera. Let me know down in the comments what you guys think about our video and audio quality, our setup. One thing I definitely know I will be needing to improve is the in-car video and audio. I think the GoPro setup is pretty good. I do want to maybe buy a second GoPro to have a second angle in the car while racing. But the audio setup I have currently is just not cutting it. So if anybody has any suggestions on how to set up audio, a split audio in your car that automatically syncs to a GoPro while filming, while driving, while racing, please let me know. I have a very janky setup right now, and it is just not consistent and it's not working well. So that is something that I promise I will improve on before next season, just so you know, guys. So that is all the plans that we have for the winter for 2023. Might be doing a little bit more work with the truck. I did install a bed cover. It's the Tiger Auto roll-up cover. It's been amazing. I read online that, it's like probably the cheapest thing on the market right now is $150 for me. And apparently, in the Toyota Tundra groups, people are saying that that specific model lasts a very long time. So we'll see. But if you guys want to see little installs on the truck like that, please let me know. I've been kind of avoiding that because I know most of you guys like the WRX and you like the Subaru content, so who knows. But last thing to cover here, the 10K subscriber giveaway. The giveaway has now closed. If you guys missed it, I'm sorry. We did a bunch of announcements on, we did an entire video, a live stream announcing it, and you guys could have watched that. We posted on our, on YouTube, we did a post. We've been posting on our Instagram almost weekly since we dropped that giveaway. It is now closed, but we will be announcing the winners for the giveaway very soon. We're gonna be doing a live stream. Probably going to be maybe doing a follow-up video if we can get in contact with the winner to maybe see if they need help with the installation, or if they want to do like a, you know, a review video from their end. That would be a really cool, great interaction. But for those of you who don't know, we're giving away a brand new set of the V2 Faction Fab coilovers of your choice. So that is the FL spec or the FR spec. Or if you want it, you could even downgrade to the F spec if that's what you really want. So those are the three options you guys can choose from. And then we're also doing a $100 gift card in that giveaway from Renegade Motorsports. They did the full custom white powder coated cap set that I have under the hood. I did a full video on that. Awesome dude over there, great company, really cares about their customers, and they make some really good quality products. So we did a $100 gift card from them for the giveaway. So make sure you guys stay tuned. We have a ton of content coming for the channel. Thank you guys for being patient, and thank you so much for, you know, sharing this journey with us. And yeah, I can't wait to start working on the car again. So keep an eye out for that giveaway video. We're gonna be announcing it all over our Instagram. If you haven't followed us on Instagram, I'm gonna put it right here. So thank you guys so much for watching. We'll see you next week. Peace.